I'm never like a big Shirley MacLaine fan, but I have to admit I kind of liked her in this movie, The Apartment. I thought this was like a different side of Shirley MacLaine that didn't really see in the other movies that she's been in. She's kind of enjoyable to watch in this one. She's kind of fun, and she does this really well. This also stars Jack Lemmon. He plays C.C. Baxter, kind of like an insurance man in this large building insurance company. And he has this interesting arrangement with his bosses. He kind of lets them borrow his apartment for their mistresses, and in return, they help him get promotions there at the corporation. So it kind of works out pretty well for him, though I would say that I'm not sure if I would like to sleep in a bed where I know two people just kind of made whoopee in, after they get done. Here I am sleeping in a bed that was used. It's not implied that they ever went that far, that the bosses and their mistresses actually did that kind of thing. The movie kind of keeps that light, like they just kind of listen to music and dance and drink wine. Yeah, even reading in between the lines, they went a little bit further. They probably rounded third and went to home. And on that bed of his that he's sleeping at night, personally, I don't think I would want to sleep on a bed where I know two people just done it. At least when I go to a hotel, I feel like they hopefully clean the sheets for me, right? Anyways, comes to find out, he gets this big promotion, and the head boss man, played by Fred McMurray, I think is his name. I probably really screwed his name up. But anyways, he kind of finds out about this arrangement that they have because he kind of puts two together, kind of gets it out of him because there's another guy before him that kind of got promotions and stuff, and it turns out he was doing something else with some other bosses. Anyway, so now the big man wants his apartment to use, and he kind of has to throw the other guys under the bus so that the CEO can use his apartment for his mistress. And turns out his mistress is the same girl that Jack Lemmon likes, Shirley MacLaine's character, who's like an elevator girl. And so you kind of have that conflict there where he likes his girl, but she kind of likes his boss, and he's kind of hoping his boss get down with his woman that he likes. Kind of in this aspect of the movie, kind of remind me of the early 90s movie Michael J. Fox, For Love or Money, where he likes the girl, but the girl likes the CEO who's helping him get money so he can buy property to make his dream hotel. You got a similar premise, but the apartment does it a lot better. Jack Lemmon is fantastic in this movie, playing C.C. Baxter. What's this moral conflict that he has? Does he help the boss? Or did he kind of throw away his now dream job, basically, his high-paying income for the girl? So, that's kind of what moral decisions. There's also some other undertone things in here, like Shirley MacLaine. She really does like the CEO. She's really in love with him. He's promising to divorce his wife and such. But when he's kind of keeps on prolonging that, she gets kind of depressed, so she tries to commit suicide. So you get that aspect of the storyline about, being heartbroken, trying to kill herself, being so depressed. So Jack Lemmon's character is kind of helping her with that. Also, kind of this like society thing and your reputation. Also, it's a play in this one, as even though it's not Jack Lemmon taking these girls, or C.C. Baxter's character taking these girls to his apartment, the many of them, all the neighbors thinks he's like banging all these different girls, basically, and they're all kind of frowning on him for his immorality that he's having, for not being chastised. And when Shirley MacLaine commits suicide, his next door neighbor is a doctor, and he goes to him for help to, help her not die from overdosing on pills. He kind of frowns upon Jack Lemmon's character, telling him, that's what the consequences of your actions are. You should be a man and straighten up. and stuff, and like, you know, he's not that kind of guy whatsoever. You know, he's basically a one woman man in himself, so he's not really going around cheating, but everybody thinks he is. So you got that going on in this movie. Carry very well. You know, it's a typical. After I've seen a few of Billy Wilder's movies, excuse me, and they do kind of. One of the themes is like the marriage life. What do you got? Kiss Me Stupid. You do got kind of infidelity going on in that movie as well. It's kind of like relationships between a man and a woman. And he writes them very well, and he directs them fantastically. The characters he builds are great in this case, in this movie too. C.C. Baxter is a great character. He's caught in a dilemma, you know. First, it's kind of innocent, you know. Who's it hurting? Him lending his apartment to these guys so they can have affairs. You know, it's not hurting him. It's kind of innocent, I guess he's thinking. But it turns out, you know, with the Shirley MacLaine incident, you know, this is actually something more serious than that he ever thought would come to. Then at the end, he has to make a moral decision. Does he choose love and the girl he loves continue getting hurt by the CEO? Or does he throw away, you know, this high, well-paying job position and to save the girl he loves? You know, he has to make that decision in the end. Shirley MacLaine also has to make a decision with her life. Does she keep having, being in love with this guy who doesn't love her, is just using her, not telling her the truth? You know, does she throw that away for somebody who's genuine to her? She's kind of attracted to Jack Lemmon too, you know. But she kind of loves the CEO as well. Being in love with somebody who's treating you wrong, and how do you walk away from that relationship with them? That's another theme. It's very well written. You can see why it is a classic. Just going on to here. Let's get to the doctor. Dr. Dreyfus, he's the guy, the neighbor, you know. He's like, in a way, C.C. Baxter's moral compass. Throughout the movie, you know, he's the one giving him advice. You know, stop these infidelity kind of things. And he's like, you know, I'm not even doing that. But he's always helping give him advice on relationships. Other things I enjoyed was the office life. I enjoyed seeing what a huge office building was like back in 1960. How it operated. You know, you got all these operators transferring calls from one location to the next, one office to another office. The secretaries, you know, how they kind of know everything about what's going on with their bosses. You got elevator girls or guys. And this movie seems to be all girls. I don't think there was any elevator men. In the past movies, though, we've seen elevator men. Usually they're men. It's the first time I've seen it with being girls. So that kind of was interesting to me. Overall, the apartment's really good. It used to be on Amazon Prime, as you can see behind me, but now you got to rent it. It was free, but if you ever get a chance to see it and you haven't saw it, I would definitely recommend this one. You got to check it out. Have you seen the apartment? Do you guys like it? Do you hate it? What do you think of it? I think Jack Lemmon, he's one of my favorites. First time I saw him was in Grumpier Old Men, you know, my age. And I liked him in Out to Sea. But now, thanks to Amazon Prime, I'm able to see his earlier works and can see why he became a legend or a pretty big star. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until next time, adios.